Hello everyone, my name is Tyjer Bleen, and today I'm going to be addressing a topic that I relate to and hopefully some of you relate to, and it has become a issue in today's society. As you can see here, misjudged pit bulls a misconception. This is something that has divided communities and has unfairly targeted one specific breed, pit bulls. So, pit bulls, as I know, are loyal and affectionate dogs, but they have been put through laws and bans, all which are misjudgments of this animal. This has led to discrimination of these beautiful, beautiful breed of dogs. And as I go through this topic, I will use my own personal background knowledge of pit bulls, as well as some credible sources I came along in my research. So, growing up, our family of five, a single mother, me and my three sisters, we received the greatest gift we could have imagined. We've always asked for a dog, we've always asked for a cat, a pet, a fish, anything. But finally, we got ourselves our own pet. And not just any pet. We got a gorgeous, blue-eyed, red-nosed, gray-coated baby pit bull. He was about 3 to 4 months, and he was beautiful. And we gave him a cool nickname, Menace, which, in terms of this topic, is kind of ironic. But outside of his looks, you could tell right away he was super energetic and very, very playful. A dog that would not get tired, and he would play with us all day. He was a perfect dog to keep for kids busy, keep us busy and tire us out all day. But eventually, our mother, once I was a little older, and once Menace was a little older, he never showed any signs of misbehavior or even anywhere close to attacking us or anything. He was just the most loving dog that just would cuddle us, and that was it. But once he was old enough and once I was old enough, we were allowed to take Menace to the park. And I still remember the first time we took Menace to the park. The mother of a child came running over telling us we had to get that dog out of there and that he could attack any of the children at the park at any moment. And I was super confused. I didn't know pit bulls were looked down upon. I didn't know that they were a breed already being misjudged since 10, 15 years ago. Um, so I thought he would never do anything like that. But when an adult tells you something, I normally listen. So this core memory always stuck out to me and made me curious on why this woman behaved this way. So I did some research on my own, and as I grew older, I realized this woman, she wasn't in the wrong. Pit bulls were banned in areas, and they had a very bad reputation nationwide. But how can this be? Why did they gain this reputation, and why are they even banned in the first place? Well, first, let's look at the American Society for Prevention of Cruelties to Animals, also known as ASPCA. They are a reputable organization dedicated to animal welfare, and they published an article back in the summer of 2014 about breed legislation. ASPA argues that breed-specific legislation, which targets breeds like pit bulls, is not based on sound reasoning. They advocate for a comprehensive approach that focuses on responsible ownership, proper training, and socialization for all dog breeds. According to ASPCA, laws that target specific breeds are not only ineffective, but also result in an innocent dog being needlessly euthanized. So, pit bulls are being wrongly judged due to poor ownership and non-proper training. Now I was starting to understand why this woman had these views. She wasn't educated enough, but this wasn't her wrongdoing. The pit bull is one of the main dogs being banned, and she was just trying to protect the children. But now let's turn our attention to research done by the National Canine Research Council, also known as NCRC. The NCRC is an organization that conducts studies and collects data on canine aggression and behavior. Excuse me. They published an article found on their website in the year 2017 on pit bulls being misidentified. And through their findings, they have discovered that breed identification is highly subjective and prone to error. The NCRC highlights that the term pit bull itself is a generic term that encompasses multiple breeds and mixes, further adding to the confusion and misjudgment. This research shows that pit bulls are not misjudged on behavior alone, but even their breed type. Pit bulls have long suffered from a negative public perception fueled by media and unreliable sources. However, it is essential to acknowledge the many stories of love, compassion, and loyalty that involve the pit bulls. Countless families and individuals have found joy and comfort through their relationship with pit bulls, myself included. Growing up, Menace was a dog like no other. Other dogs had other issues. Other dogs were mean. When we took him to a dog park, we actually had a dog come up and attack Menace. But even then, his main worry at that time was protecting us, me and my sister who were there. And it was never him provoking an attack or him ever showing aggressiveness. And I think this showed that the way that we raised him, which was all love and compassion and caring, really showed with Menace. He was a loving, compassionate dog. And I feel like that goes for almost any breed of dog or any animal you really raise. When you raise that dog around love and compassion, it's what they're going to show. If you raise that dog around abusive natures and things like that, that's what they're going to know, and they're going to lunge out and attack and do such and such. And it's not only goes for just dogs, I feel this goes for even cats or any animals that are around your household. So, through research that I found and using the credible sources of ASPCA and NCRC, has provided evidence that supports the need for responsible ownership rather than breed specific legislation. A pit bull won't just attack you because it feels like it. If a pit bull attacks you, it is based on so many other things. But to wrongly mistreat and ban these dogs is unjust. I want to see a future where these dogs are based on individual merits and not based on a stereotype that unfairly defines them. So, pit bulls, they're misjudged, and it's a common misconception that they are not a loving dog for your family. But I can attest to this, and I will always love my dog Menace. And that's that in conclusion.